That's what's gonna happen. Like it's actually crazy because I haven't even been following like the hex price for like a month, and then I come back and it's still at 40 cents. Like it's crazy that it's holding up like that high. Like it's made like multiple 10x's in the past months, and it's actually holding up. Like we don't see any like huge dump of 50, 60, 70%. Now at the same time, it's slightly worrisome because we're used to having such dumps. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like this happens. It's kind of crazy that it's not happening yet, but overall,
It's
yeah,
not
like it's
crazy for
crazy.
me.
People just
If you
uh,
understand the math, you will know it's just doing what it's supposed to do. That's what up and to the right means. It's not up and to the right and down.
yeah, but we had Hex has been running for like almost 2 years now, and it's always been up and to the right while at the same time having 60, 70% dips.
Brother,
Like
you're not
everybody
paying attention,
was
man. You're not paying attention,
That's why
bro.
you've been away. So I'm not be too hard on you because you've been away for a while.
yeah, yeah.
But let me
No, no, no.
remind
Nothing's
you.
changed, Kareem. We can bust
Yeah,
his chops. Nothing's changed, bro. Where you been? You
Go
better
on, go
go and
on.
watch some old quant gangs or something because you're not paying attention, bro. I'm about
Mhm.
like at this point, I'm gonna just start chopping people's heads off because this is just getting
Yeah.
ridiculous. Look, bro, this is
Yeah.
programmed money.
Yep.
Programmed money, meaning it's not
Mhm.
supposed to be a stock market. Not
Mhm.
okay. So if you got anybody talking to you like this is some stock market shit, you need to turn around and walk away. Period.
Yep. You need to deprogram those old again. Maybe you used to see all the charts. That's why it feels a little uneasy because Hex is just creating a different type of reality. This is the same reason why the guy that dumped 10 million whatever Hex a couple hours ago, it's a non-event. Excuse me, it's a non-event. He's just using the system at his level, which is he sold the interest, restake principal. Same thing. We'll keep on
Actually,
going about
that's
all day.
I like to think big sales like that are actually very bullish. They're not. It's
Yeah.
not even a non-event. It's actually extremely bullish because if you understand that this is
Good
program
point.
money and this is straight math, then there's only one thing that can happen when somebody exits that sizable quantity when you have thousands of people searching for cheap hex,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and as I said, like even like most people that I meet, they're all like ready to buy. Like they're waiting to buy. They're just waiting for a dip to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna get left
So,
behind because they don't
so
understand this isn't a stock market. That's a fact.
Mhm.
So
It's
are
a
you
fact.
trying to tell me that you're actually not expecting any more dips in Hex, like forever? You're just expecting it to go up with the
No,
dips?
again, there's dip and there's dip.
Because
You
that's
gotta
what I was
understand
saying.
something.
I
Yeah.
just said
Okay.
that I
So,
expected a dip like in
You
the
can't
past. That's what I said.
predict people's future
what kind of
behavior
dip
to
do
that
you
extent
expect?
that
Yeah.
somebody
Right.
wouldn't just dump because they're stupid people with their finger on the trigger, ready to give people a discount, which is what people are waiting for. So it's
The
it
question
depends on the
is, when will it
liquidity
happen? That's what you can't
Yeah.
to see,
forecast.
yeah, and are
Yep.
you going to get left behind first? And do you understand what hex is?
After a couple weeks to a month or two, they'll be the one telling the new people, this is no big deal. Just buy cheap hex and stake it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I agree actually. Like I agree on most of these things, but the only things that I would say that I have like a different perspective on is that I believe that, we shouldn't exclude bearish possibilities, like because the
Oh yeah.
fundamentals haven't really changed. Like fundamentals were the same literally in January, but we weren't pumping in January. We were actually making new lows against ETH in January. I remember I was there. And even last year, right? Like most of you weren't there when Godwell pumped the price, like double the price in one candle, and then we started going up every day, every week. Everybody was so ecstatic. Everybody's like, yeah, Hex is actually different. It's just gonna go up forever. And that's the same behavior that I'm seeing right now. So I've been through it all, right, since the beginning. And so I'm telling you, like we always had dips, even when it was going parabolic for like an extremely long time. So I'm very open to like bearish scenarios, and I don't think that we will just like go up forever. Even though right now I feel like we will because the squeezing is happening, but this squeezing has been happening for months, right? Like literally, it was the Pulse chain announcement that started the whole pump. Before that, like even December, January, February, before Pulse was announced, the big payday had happened, and all those fundamentals were also true. Yet we were not seeing a pump. So all in all, I agree with everything you're saying, but I'm also open to like a bearish scenario. And I feel like it's also
Absolutely.
like healthy
This is what
to not be
this is
like a
why just
maximalist.
yeah, billions
Kareem,
of
Kareem,
hex.
don't even worry about it. I'm gonna break it down for him later because he just doesn't understand. Because it's not about being open to it's not about being open to bearish scenarios. You have to understand what's
Yeah.
happening here. You don't understand what's happening here, brother. Nothing has
No,
changed,
I
and that's
understand.
exactly no. Hold on, because you're right. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. That's exactly why you're incorrect about the bearish possibilities. What do you assume is bearish? What do you assume is
Yeah,
bearish?
I'm assuming we're gonna have like a 50% correction at some point. Probably not now, but it will happen,
Really?
of course.
Where do you get that idea from?
I mean,
Listen, and this
where
is
do you get?
good because
Yeah, I want
What?
to
we
know. I want to
encourage
know.
people
Yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
differences and then
I
we go
wanna be
back.
like the
It's a real
devil's
question. Yeah,
advocate and
I'm not trying to be a smart
bring a
ass. This
different
is a real
opinion here.
question. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. No, I feel like it's not even like
Because
a
do you
question. I mean,
understand
why
what
would
has
you
to happen
expect it to
for
not happen?
you have to do you understand how hex actually trades? Like somebody has to be selling a shit ton for it to actually go down 50%.
Yeah.
Like it's not just gonna move 50% because somebody says it will. Like that's irrelevant. Somebody has
Like
to actually
literally, like a month ago or something, there was a guy that dumped like from
yeah, that's
12 cent to
right.
0.008, and that was one guy. Imagine if two guys do it. That's a
Yeah, but
50%
do
dump
you
right
But
know
there. Just two
there's
why?
people.
less liquidity now,
But
right?
do you
So
know
the
why?
price
There's
can
actually more
move
liquidity
down
now.
more.
There's actually more
What?
liquidity now.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
there's
I'm
actually
saying
more
is that it
liquidity
can
now.
happen. Like one guy can make it happen, and if two guys do it at the same time, then that
Yeah,
can be
but
like
it's
a
about the
60% dump.
why, Dan. It's about the why. That happened for a specific
There's no
reason.
why. Like people are dumb. Like there's no why. Like like that guy that sold, he sold, and he's been left behind. So it's not about the why. Like people will
Nah, that
just do dumb
person, the
shit.
person that sold for a reason. You're just not privy to what's going on because you haven't been paying attention, brother, and that's okay. But you have to understand this is math. Now, whether somebody dumps or not, that's fine. But what you need to do is go back and look at how long that 8 cent or whatever price it was lasted. That's what you need to do because that's how you define bear markets. It's by duration, not by price traction.
Yeah. Don't confuse wicks with like,
Yeah,
oh, this and that, because
it's not
those
how it
people that do
works,
that,
bro.
they just end up becoming a wick and then they'll get left behind.
But I'm
Yeah.
not talking about a dump right now. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about eventually, right? I'm just not expecting us to
Because
go. I
remember,
mean, we will
Richard,
go up in the long term, right? Forever
yeah,
up and to the right. That's something I think it will be true. But I am expecting like boring periods
it's
in
up
hex. I
and then
don't think.
sideways and then
Yeah,
up
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Bullfrog. That's what the to the right is. The sideways is when we consolidate and we let those people take profit.
But they're not relevant to the
And
conversation.
there's
We
no
already saw
fear.
what happened when they tried to do something. It was
And we
gone
Oh
monitor
in
yeah,
stuff.
15 minutes.
Yep.
15 fucking minutes. No
I didn't
market
know
does that.
that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to look at the data. Otherwise, you don't know what you're saying. This is the problem. People like to speak from what they think they know. You got to scrap that. That shit does not apply when it comes to hex. Let it go. Throw it in the trash. This is why I had to learn this shit with you guys on stream. If you weren't watching me from day one, you're not going to understand that Kareem was basically talking about me when he was saying the new guy that enters, stakes short, then learns, then stakes long. That was me. Okay? So the people that are selling, they don't know what they're doing. That's a gift. That's not
Correct.
bearish. That's not
Yeah, yeah,
bearish.
but that's like
Period.
another
Nah.
conversation if it's a gift or not.
Negative.
Like
Sir,
that's not what we're
Dan, I
talking
got to
about.
disagree with you because you're not understanding. It's about time. Time
Everybody
is
agrees on
everything.
time.
No,
Everybody
no.
knows that
Everybody
like
doesn't agree on
eventually
time.
I mean we agree. Like all four of us
No,
agree that in the long run it's gonna go
it's
up
not
into the
about,
right. We're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about when the down move happens, Dan, not
yeah.
in the long run. When this down move that you're prognosticating, you're assuming can happen, happens again, it's going to be irrelevant like it is now. That's my point. You're going to not see it, just like you didn't see it that time. Any dip that happens, if you're not paying attention to the price, you're not going to know it even happened.
Especially if you've been gone for a month. You know, by
That's
the
my
time you
point.
come back,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like,
But
what happened?
still, it's
Like 4 days
yeah.
ago, I give you an example. One of Trayvon contract, whatever, blow up, whatever that is, the guy emergency end stake was a 10x for t-shirt. You probably didn't even know about this, but let me get you up to speed. That was just another wick. And then we got a really nice payout, and then everybody went about their day. You know what I mean? That was
I didn't
like,
even know that's why that
yeah, that was
happened.
like, what was it, man? It was
That's
like
right now
60
though.
million X, some stupid number like that. Like,
That's funny.
and then what? Gets a wick and then you're out. Like it's really no big deal. Like my point
I
is,
still have my stakes from like the first month of the launch still going. So like I'm staked, right? I don't even have any dry powder, so I'm not. I don't want a dip, right? It's not like what I want, but I'm just saying that it's important to not become like the very thing that we hate, right? Moon boy maximalists and just forever like expect that for the entirety of the next 15 years we're gonna see the same price action as right now, just like literally come straight up like this. I feel like it's important to remind ourselves that we are so bullish right now because we're going up, and that you know, there may be and there probably will be like boring periods when there's like nothing exciting happening, because right now there's like a lineup of people waiting to buy, so we're probably not going to see any dips right now. They're all going to be bought up, but there are going to be like moments where there's nothing, no news coming up, like no hype at all. There are going to be like boring periods like that, and that's all I'm saying, right? You got to
This is
prepare for
why Hex
those.
is a product, because it's finished. It doesn't need the hype. You see, that's why it's so bullish. When it goes sideways, it's bullish. You know why? Because when it goes sideways, you get daily payout. When you get daily payout, price is the same. That's the monetization, because those traders are the one liquidating one another. Meanwhile, the staker class is just sitting on the sideline, watching the fight, eating popcorn, and just saying thank you for the payout. This is why when I say what I say, I know which the target audience is. You understand? So a lot of those wicks are just created by trader, them trying to fight each other, take each other's money, but they don't realize, and they're just getting wrecked by slippage. They're getting wrecked through the emergency penalty because they think they're smart when they press that button, even though it's the dumbest thing they can do. But meanwhile, we're just saying thank you. Thank you for the cheap hex. Thank you for the penalties, because this is going to be the hard events years from now. It's not going to be about price. We're going to be bragging about how many penalty we got paid today. I foresee a day when we're going to have emergency end stake penalty. You ready? It's going to be $1 billion. We're going to have $1 billion. Maddie, clip this. There's going to be a day in the future when there's going to be emergency end stake penalties of $1 billion. I'm sorry.
This is why it sounds ridiculous.
Right? If you look at 30-minute, 1 hour chart, you know what I mean? Even 4 hour chart, then yeah, maybe you could say, but like zoom out. Like what are we talking about? Like, and this is just price appreciation, not even talking about interest. Like on the net gain week over week, zoom out. Look at the daily, weekly chart. Look, you don't see this theory of like, no, it pumps a lot, then it cools off. That's what the to the right means. It's not bearish. It's not, because we have to be very careful about the word that we use, because new people who have still PTSD, bad projects, when they hear that, they're going to completely exit and then they're going to be left behind. You understand? That's why we have to be very, very careful about the language. So they need to zoom out. Daily, weekly chart, not 1 hour charts.
To lose money instead of just sitting there relaxing and making money. That's the problem that people have. And this is why you get dumb moves like 25% dips in hex, which are gifts, because after you just fucking 10, 20, 50x, what the hell are you even talking about a 50% dip for? Like what? Like, you got to realize how dumb that sounds, right? Like, because you don't, because the thing about it is, it's all math. If you just went 10,000%, the fuck do you care about a 50%, 25% drop? What do you think is going to come after that? Another 25% dip? Like, nah, man. No, it's not. That's not what's going on here. What we got going on here is straight math. Non-stop. Every day, all day. And I'm going to break it down a little bit. I'm almost done with these charts. I'll let you guys keep chopping it up.
Well, it's like the famous bear trap that keeps leaving you behind.
I feel like I'm being disrespected. I feel like I've been just wasting my time with these past fucking months, bro. Like, that's exactly what I feel like right now. Exactly what I feel like. Yeah, like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Who gives a damn about a 5, 10, 25, 50% dip? Shit, bring it on. Hell, OA, please sell everything. Thank you. Now, don't wait. Now. What are we talking about? Yeah, you're over here already running around like Karim just said, like a chicken with your head cut off. Why? Sit your ass down, read a fucking book, and educate yourself so you're not out here looking like everybody else. Pro tip. Take that shit to the grave with you and give it to your kids while you're at it, because that's what's put me where I'm at now. You keep playing games with yourself, the market's going to play games with you too. And so will the rest of life. And that's a fact. So you really have to sit there and, like Karim said, figure it the fuck out. Because if you're not figuring it the fuck out, trust me, motherfucker, I'm not the only person out here doing this math. You're a fool if you think so. You're a fool if you think so. I did something because I was motivated to do it. I didn't have to do shit. All of you suckers could have sold back then and look foolish now. Right? Everybody. I didn't have to come on. We didn't have to do a quant gang. I could have told Maddie, no, thank you. And I would have been done my one video and that was it.
Yeah.
So people have to understand. Yeah, I'm very fucking serious, yo. I'm very fucking serious.
You're absolutely right.
I'm very fucking serious right now. This is not a stock market. Period. So if you don't understand that, Go write that shit down somewhere until you figure out what the hell it is I'm saying. Because if you don't, you're gonna get fucking wrecked. We didn't have to do a quant gang. I could have told Maddie no thank you, and I would have been done my one video, and that was it.
Yeah.
So people
It's
have to
funny.
understand. Yeah, I'm very fucking serious, yo. I'm
No,
very
you're
fucking
right.
serious.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm very fucking serious right now. This is not a stock market. Period. So if you don't understand that, go write that shit down somewhere until you figure out what the hell it is I'm saying. Because if you don't, you're gonna get fucking wrecked. Period.
Yeah.
There's a reason the first thing that I show in my presentation is that fucking wrecked sellers mean. Because that shit is always true. Look at that damn chart.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. You're worried about a dip? Man, you better get the fuck out of here. You're not paying attention. You're just not paying attention. You're just not. Straight
Don't be left
fucking
behind.
forward.
Don't
Yeah.
be left behind.
You're gonna get left
That's how.
behind.
Yeah.
100%. Because nobody anticipated and nobody was paying attention to all the lies that were being thrown around. Because that's ultimately what led to that kind of confidence in the system at that time, was the fact that everybody was quote unquote staking, but they really were not.
Yeah, you learn. Yeah, like I definitely learned that
Yeah.
more.
I learned that shit too because I was blindsided by that. Me of all people, because I was not looking at that data that closely. I honestly was not. If I would have been, then I would have seen the top coming like anybody not on the chart, on the data.